Hi everybody, welcome to another episode. We have a new participant of the Women's Volleyball Nations League for 2024, and that participant is France. That's not what I would have expected, but here we are. France have taken full advantage of their position as the home team, which allowed them not only to participate in the tournament, in the Challenger Cup in the first place, but also to have a favorable journey. So they were matched up with the lowest ranked team, which was Vietnam. From then on, we will see that they didn't have such an easy journey and they deserved to win for sure. Let's have a look at how their journey went. So first of all, they matched up against Vietnam, which did their best, but they just couldn't do much against the power of the spikers of France. Once France came to the semi-final, they matched with Ukraine, which were expected maybe to even win it all. They couldn't even go above 10 points in the first set against France. France swept them in a 3-0 match, really unexpected. But then finally we get to the finals where France matches with Sweden. Now, if you watched my previous video, you would know that Sweden was my favorite because I really like Isabelle Haak, which is their superstar opposite. But there was something up with Haak, I guess, in this tournament. She didn't shine as bright as we would have expected from the very beginning. Well, whatever she did or her team did wasn't enough. They were almost swept 3-0, but they ended up losing 3-1, especially because of the spikers. Biggest player to watch for France is definitely Hélène Cazot, which will play in Milano next season. That will be exciting because Milano is assembling a super team that will include Paola Egonu, Miriam Silla, Alessia Orro, Rafael Folli, Cara Bajama, and more. After watching her in this tournament, I can definitely say she belongs in a super team like that. She's an outside hitter, she's a great spiker, but she's also good at defense. And overall, the French team had a solid defense, especially when it came to digging spikes. And that's one of the reasons why they were able to neutralize somebody like Isabelle Haak. Other players to watch for France are Jikel and Bauer. Bauer is, I believe, 35 years old now, so she's a veteran, but she definitely contributed with her experience. Bauer has played all over Europe, including in Fenerbahce back in 2014. So France definitely a team to watch for the upcoming Eurovolley, which will start in a couple of weeks. They are already qualified for the Olympics in 2024. Since they're again the host nation. Do I see them as potential candidates for winning a medal? I don't. They're just coming up to the highest level right now. But overall, I'm happy to see that the new member of the VNL is not a team that just made it, but is a team that is combative and has the talent to maybe stay a year or two or just stay in the VNL. What I was fearing when I saw Sweden play was, okay, if Sweden wins, I'm not sure if they're ready for the level of the VNL, and they might do just like Croatia did. They arrived and then they had to leave the year after. But yeah, here we are. We have France, and I think they will belong in the Volleyball Nations League next year. I want to talk a little bit about Sweden because I was, as I said, a bit confused as to what happened, especially in the first match against Mexico. Mexico had a really, really good chance of winning and kicking out Sweden in the quarterfinals. The most notable player of Mexico is Aime Topete, which is a 7-year-old player. She's not even 1.80 tall. I think she's 178, which is relatively short, but we've seen players of this height at the highest level in the outside hitter position. I'm thinking of, for instance, Ilkin Aydın of Turkey, she's 179, Gabi of Brazil, she's 180, so it's not impossible, but it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of range to be that good at that height, and this young girl has what it takes for sure, and I hope we will see her play in Europe in the coming years, or maybe she will decide to go to the NCAA, I don't know. It would have been exciting for Mexico to get to the semifinals, but at some point in the third set, Isabelle Haak woke up and she started hitting, and I saw the Mexican girls, especially Topete, being really tired, and she wasn't able anymore to carry the whole team, so they did end up losing 3-2 with the most clear win for Sweden coming in the fifth set. But again, until I believe Sweden had reached their 20th point, Haak hadn't even scored once, just really puzzling as a performance. It's not that Sweden is a bad team. They have interesting players. I'm thinking of Vasefale, this quite short middle blocker. She's 177. I've never heard of such a short player, especially for the position of middle blocker, where you're usually up against girls that are at least 185, if not 190 and taller. She had a very interesting serve. Isabelle Haak also played quite well in the outside hitter position. Probably Sweden's biggest problem is with serve receive and with digging, which is a big issue. They're both big issues, and it showed. And since they weren't able to pass the ball correctly, then that had issues, of course, with setting and spiking. Maybe the problem in the Mexico match, especially the first two sets, was that they weren't passing the ball to Haak, which is a weird choice. I don't know if it was a strategy, if they thought, okay, she shouldn't hit too much today because it's going to be an easy match. That's all I can think of. But on the other hand, if you have to rely on one player to win, then maybe your team isn't ready to step to the next level. It's sad for them. Maybe they'll come back next year with a more complete team, with a deeper bench, and they will indeed join the VNL. Who knows? We will see next year. But it was nice to have this tournament while we're waiting for the Eurovolley tournament, which is starting soon. You guys, I will see you when that happens. Stay tuned and see you next time.